Welcome everyone, Madman bringing another RSL video. So today will be part 2 of the Godseeker comp post Nerf Sand Devil, and we are just going to run the Gauntlet here. We're going to do it with a Stout Godseeker and Newt, and then we're going to do it with a what I would call baseline Godseeker and a reasonable Newt, and we're going to do partial with the baseline Godseeker and Selenia to show that you can auto the last few stages there, but you're probably going to have to manual. And the same will apply to Ninja, but we're not going to show that. You can go look at previous videos for there. So let's just go jump into it. So we go on stage 1. We already did a pre-setup there, and we threw food in. So let's just replay stage 1, sadly. Right at the end of stage 2, that's where it just kind of locked up while they were doing maintenance, so yay raw for us. Now, you may or may not be able to build your Newt as solid as mine, but it should not matter, definitely on these early stages whatsoever. I don't know why people sit there and think, hey, if I can beat stage 25 with these champs and these builds, but I can't in the other ones. Yeah, you may not be able to do it on auto, but stage 2 here, you should have no problems just going to manual every now and then. In fact, who knows how far we can go on auto. We may have to manual a little bit, but since this Newt's not really dying, the only problem, well, the only potential 2 problems, I guess technically 3, are 1, when we get higher up and he's negative affinity, and then 2, if we get to the crosshold threshold, what I'd call, where when he does a big nuke like that, we may or may not kill one or both of them, and then that presents an issue there for us getting through. And the easiest way is, like, I don't know, take a piece of gear off or something there, make him a little less stout, get through that one, so you know he dies. You can get through that one, put your gear back on, and go about your day. Even if it costs you a little coin to do so, so be it. But you know, it's that you gotta break a few eggs in life, whether it be real life or in the game or whatever. You're gonna find things out the hard way, but you gotta not just like, oh, it may not work, so I won't try it. You try it. That's how I did it, just to prove to y'all that it could be done. And there's a whole set of videos pre-nerf on getting through based on various blessing levels on Godseeker and or speeds, so, and booking levels. And here we are now, so a fully booked Godseeker at 1 will be fine. Anyway, as you can see in these early stages, we're not really having much of a problem whatsoever. And like I said, you may not be able to build your Newt, you may not have Newt, but you may not be able to build him to these kind of stats. He is my better one, but eventually you will get there. Alright, see, so we're already up to stage 6. This is way quicker. When I did it before, running from stage 1 to 25, so much manual, was, almost a 4-hour process. Of course, I cut the video down for y'all, but a very long process for me. In the meantime, we'll just sit back, relax, and let these run until we run into an issue. Okay, what you didn't see there was one, he's negative affinity, but since he died, we have food. It threw off the timing a little bit. Luckily, Godseeker did not die. So her passive revived one of these, and then, or she revived one of these, and wasn't able to revive him. So it again, stage 13, and I can't remember, it's 13, 14, somewhere in there, but right around these mid ranges is where there were a few issues before that you can overcome them, but just be aware that they're there, and we shouldn't have any problems here. But because the speeds are a little different. See, like she picks up the food, right? Because Newt didn't go down. Now she picks up that food. So when the big nuke happens here, she may not have her passive available to pick up Newt. And since we're way faster than we need to be on these lower stages, you just don't run food. But um, we'll keep running with food until we run into an issue. So that one got a little dangerously close there, because he almost took Godseeker out, but didn't quite. And the problem is, if Newt comes up from her passive instead of her reviving him, he doesn't get his reset of skills. So if she's passively picking him up because she didn't die, then she's reviving one of these food, it takes longer because of those skills, but that could eventually start throwing it off. This being weak affinity, this could be what I call one of those threshold moments there. So we'll see here. So you're going to hit hard enough. See, like he didn't quite take out Godseeker there. Her passive picked up Newt, and then she picked up the food. And she might pick up one more food here. And may not be available, but luckily she is back mainly to full health there until that hit. So we might be all right there. Let's see how long this run is. Definitely going a lot slower. So she picked up food, and great. So see how, boom, it failed there, right? So what do we do here? We're going to edit the team here. So edit the team setup. Remove, remove, remove. Save. That way she's not doing something stupid. And then let's try this again without food, since we're on a low enough stage there that we're more than faster for the boss. But so you can see how the boss is taking both of us down. And we're pretty close to that threshold. It's going to depend on what your stat values are on your Godseeker and your Newt, at which level you're going to cross that threshold to where he can't kill you to where he can. And it's pretty solid. Once you hit, like, see, he's taking her down pretty close, but it worked. And the last one, he wasn't quite taking her down. So we're going to be safe from here on out, but we're not going to run food until, well, we might throw the food back in since we're pretty close there. We should be all right now because he's taking both of them out on the big hit, and that's the big thing there, is that both of them go down right there on that big hit. Boom. So we got through there. So that was stage 17. Again, 15, anywhere from 13 to 17 was where I was hitting that crossover threshold. So let's go to next. Let's go back to team setup. Let's add our food back in, which should make a difference here. 1, 2, 3, buckle my shoe, save, exit, and moving on to 18. But as you can see here, luckily now, I mean, we full autoed everything, where before I had the manual. The first few floors, you could leave on auto, But pretty early on, I had to start manually, and that's why it just took forever. So y'all have the benefit now. Now, like I said, it depends on where you're at gear-wise. So, and I'm not going to test the thresholds. You know, like the stage 17 thresholds, like that was bad. So now we got to wait for her to revive him. So maybe we shouldn't have run food on these 2 stages here, but it's close enough. We got it done. No biggie there. And there we go. Full auto, stage 1 through 25. Let's go back to the Bastion real quick here. Let's get a bunch of pop-ups, sell me something stuff. Let's go back to recently used. Newt, still in lethal and off-piece sets. His stats have not changed. 1 build. Godseeker, still regen and immortal. Stats have not changed. There you go. You can run the gauntlet. No more excuses. All right. Now that being said, I'm going to show you one other thing, because you know what? You might not have your Newt. You might not have your Ninja. So first off, we're going to test here again on 25. I'm just going to pull him out. I don't care about the speed tune just yet. I do need to filter probably Master Vault as well. Here's a little surprise kicker. Now this might go sideways on me. It has in the past. Where is she at? Alright. Who's that? Selenia Nightcloak. She is an HP burner. She is level 50. 2-star ascension that's not even chosen. Let's see what she can do. This will be a slow run. This is not uber grateful. But she puts on accuracy and then HP burn. Now notice HP burns. I know it's going a little fast. Let's wait till it goes through the cycle here, which is right about now. Boom. Okay, 1-time speed here. She's going to revive. Boost up accuracy. HP burn is 92,487 damage. Let's put it back on 2 times. Let her go. Now she does what she's supposed to do, just like Ninja. But then I don't know what's going on. I want to say about the halfway point, she switches to like her A1 or A2, and it's like, wait, what are you doing? So if you use her, she's a void rare. She is void, but she is a rare, easy to book. With that increased accuracy, it's a small version, but you know, you only need to get like 420 accuracy to land her HP burn versus you know, the 525. So not as easy as a Drang, but she's just as fast as a Drang. Drang, Ignatius, Sulfurion. Geo's a little worse. No, Geo's probably about the same. Mordecai, whatever, any HP burner other than Ninja or Sissia, the HP burn's only going to tick off twice in a cycle. So, you know, hey, level 50 rare versus, you know, level 60 Drang or whatever the hell, you tell me. And with Drang, he likes to do his A3 equalize HP instead of his HP burn, so you got to do a setup. But let's see here. So we're getting close to that halfway point. So we got to start paying attention. Big nuke here. Let's make sure she's putting on the HP burn. See, All of a sudden she switches. What's up with that, Plarium? All of a sudden she switches. We'll see it one more time here. We'll put on 1 time speed. Godseeker's about to get clobbered. Picks herself up. Picks up her. And then boom. Soul whatever. Alright, so I'm going to take this off auto here. Well, let's go back to 2 times. Let's get back here. Wait till she gets clobbered. I'm going to take this off auto. Boom. Pick herself up. Pick Selenia up. Alright. What's this skill? Tell me the skill. You won't tell me the skill. Let's see if this says soul or whatever. Nope, that's dreamless sleep. So she's doing her A1. For whatever reason, when we hit the halfway point on the HP, she goes into her A1, which is annoying. So great. For the first half, you're fine. You don't need to do a setup. But for the second half, so you don't go take forever, you have to set it up anyway. So it's a little annoying. I don't like it. But anyway, let me finish out this run and we'll move on. Okay, so we got through it there. As you can see, it's painful when you have to manual things. So yeah, a little annoying with her. Team setup here. So this is the new stats with Godseeker. Selenia the same. Save. And let's run this and see if it will fail or not. Okay, what I want you to notice here is the destroyed max HP right here is getting bigger, and then boom, he's going to take her down, and then she cleanses all that off. It's all gone. That was not happening before without the Immortal. Also want to point out like 23, 29 heal. She's going to get, what is she going to get here? 22, 93. It's bouncing between 21 and 2400, 2178. So, you know, that's the extra little bit of heal there from the Immortal. So you've got the regen doing the 10.5, the Immortal doing the 2000, and that is helping because, so she heals there, he's going to hit it with the 8.2, but she got 2 heals in before he got to do that 8.2. So it should be the last go around right here, but we'll see it here. So he's going to do the big nuke. She's going to cleanse off that destroyed max HP. She heals a little bit there. She heals there. And, well, he died. So that is definitely working there as far as those stats go. If you, now I realize she's 2-star, but if you notice, I have no blessing for her. So if you put Miracle Hero on, that might help drop the numbers a little bit. In the meantime, let's just take this down and see, go backwards here and see where Selenia can go here as far as running an auto. So let's take it all the way. We're going to go all the way down to stage 20. The team setup should be the same. So let's run this and we'll see if auto works this whole time. Hopefully here, this will land the HP burn, and there it is. So, stage 20, full auto, no problem. Let's back out and do 19. 19 should work, and 18 will probably fail. And that means you will have to manual up to that point with using Selenia, maybe a Drang as well. Drain's kind of a pain because he's supposed to have unresistible HP burn, no accuracy needed, and yet, for whatever reason in Sand Devil, when he's weak affinity, it won't land, which is kind of stupid. That's the one nice thing about Selenia here. She's void, so you don't have to worry about affinity. You just got to have enough accuracy, and you don't have to go crazy with her, so is what it is. You don't even have to book her, really, because, you know, Godseeker's cooling her down, her skills when she revives her, so she's going straight into the HP burn and giving herself the increased accuracy. So really, you just need to get enough speed and accuracy, and that's it out of her. So, as long as you get the speed and accuracy, you could probably do it at a level 30 or 40, but that would be really difficult, maybe. So it is what it is. But like I said, you don't have to book her or send her or nothing. Okay, so stage 19, full auto, as expected. Don't want to go next, actually want to go down. So let's go to stage 18, where this should fail, at least on full auto. And it did. So it failed there on full auto. So from stage 18 below, well, I mean, maybe the first 5 stages you probably run auto as well, because they'll struggle to kill Selenia other than the big nuke in the first place. So, okay, so we saw the test where we ran Newt from level 1 to level 25, full auto with Godseeker, but that was my highly built Newt and my highly built Godseeker. So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it with the other Godseeker and the other Newt. Let's review the team setup here. Real simple here. Sadly, you got to do food or you'll skip the team setup. So we just got Godseeker here. This is a level 25 build. She's 181 speed, not quite 4,700 defense, and a little over 67,000 HP in regen and immortal. And that is important because even though she's 2-star, I have no blessing on her, so I'm not getting any bonus stats, and I'm not getting the miracle heal benefits as well. Now Newt, so fairly stout, right? 101 crit rate. We got 254 crit damage. Should be pretty reasonable with 4K defense on a Newt and 4,500 HP here at 179 speed. So 181, 179, that's going to work on stage 25. We threw in food. We're just turning off his A2 because that slows things down. If you don't mind it, then you don't have to do the setup, but the A2 will slow down, but he will do his blessed batch, and then he's going to survive, and he's going to do the A2 and slow things down because he's going to counterattack damn near every turn. Anyway, we're going to go here, and literally we're just going to go step by step, stage by stage, and we're going to hit full auto. If we run into any problems, I'll chime in, but other than that, let's just run the gauntlet, okay? We'll see you at the finish line. Okay, so we got through that stage just fine, but kind of random luck there. So you probably didn't notice it because it was going, I had it sped up or whatever. But Godseeker was dying now from the big hit, where the level before she was quite not. So that's the threshold, the crossover as I call it, between her not dying and her dying. And it went smoothly at my numbers, but it might not smoothly go at your numbers. And it might not happen till stage 17. It might happen at stage 15 or whatever. Now, the next stage, once she starts dying consistently, the next stage she's definitely going to start dying or whatever on that big hit. And that's when you want to see both of them do that. But when you get to that point where one is dying but one's not, it mess things up. So first you could try not running with food, because he's really, until you hit like stage 21, you don't really need to run food anyway, but why not? And maybe take a piece of gear off or beef up your stats a little more to survive. Maybe do it a couple turns if you need to, because eventually RNG will go your way. Depends on how really close you are. But this is a crossover point, here. But we're going to keep moving forward, and you'll see everything will be fine from here on out. Okay, so we did have a failure there. Of course, Newt is negative affinity. So let's try this one more time here, and on auto, and then we might have to manual this one. Okay, so it failed again, and I caught it. So what happened is Newt died after the A2, A1, A1 combo, and her Revive on Death passive picked him up, didn't have it available for her, and they both got hit with the big nuke. So this stage, probably going to have to manual. So I'm going to replay it here, and I will show that we can get past it. I'm going to let it run on auto here a little bit, and then I'm going to switch over to manual. So okay, it actually did fail again, and there's nothing actually I can really do about that. At least as far as stepping in and manualing. So what could I do? I could go in and drop some HP or defense on Newt. Take a little longer. You don't want to drop the crit rate, the speed, or the crit damage, but you drop a little HP so that he dies sooner, and her Revive of Death is not available. That's one way of doing it, or you can bring somebody else in for this level. I'm not going to actually do that because I've changed gear so much, but that's pretty much the solution. So let's just move on to the next level and see. My better built Newt had no problem though with this, so keep on going. Okay, so you can see that was 3 minutes and 31, pretty long there, stage 22, where Newt is weak affinity to magic. But the boss is now fast enough that Godseeker is taking both A1s before getting a turn there. So when I step back to the other magic stage there, which was stage 20 that we were having trouble on. It's going to be a little slow because he'll go into his counterattack, but I'm going to take the food out, and I think this will work. Hopefully that'll slow Godseeker down enough that if he does get killed on the second A1, then her passive won't be available. But let's see without food. Okay, so maybe she's a touch too slow. Let's edit the team. Let's put 1 food in, and that should work. What do I got? I know that's not got any gear, but is pretty much there. Whole string, I know. Whatever. Well, it doesn't matter because they're already at max. So let's put 1 food in and see if that is enough for the speed range. Okay, so this should wrap it up here. Boom, and done. So it worked. We did not change gear or anything of the such. So why did it work? Well, she's 181. She's getting 16th speed. So we dropped her from 205 to 197. That was enough for her to be slightly or slower enough than the boss that both his A1s would go before she would go. So she's not getting extra turn in there. And that lines back up the passive revive and the A3 revive to keep the 2 of them going without changing gear there. So that is good to know. Now let's go back. We did stage 22. Time to move on to 23, but we need to go back to our setup there. And we will continue on. Okay, I've just taken out auto, and I'm going to slow it down here 1 time speed. So notice, what you want, that destroyed max HP is gone. You want that to be gone. That's good. Otherwise, you don't have enough HP or you're not doing enough healing while he is asleep. Now, click auto to raise Newt. Click auto again to let Newt go. Boom, boom, boom with the big hits. Now, I'm going to click auto. See, she's already up to about 70%. I'm going to hit auto. And now she's up to, I don't know, 85, 90, almost 100% before he does his A2. So you're going to want to be at 75% or better HP before he does his A2. And of course you want, see how it's a little bit of destroyed max HP there. All that cleansed off while he's asleep. If it's not cleansed off, you don't have enough HP. If you're not getting above 75% or so, then you probably don't have enough defense. That's just a rule of thumb I wanted to kind of point out there, you know, so that you have a visual clue kind of, all right, do I have enough HP? Do I have enough defense there? We figured out the speed problem, so just go from there. This should be it. Boom. Pick up. She cleansed all that off. He's going to kill the boss anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, as long as she's cleansing all that off. If she's not, and that's the problem I was having without the Immortal, was it wasn't quite cleansing it off. And little by little, it built up to where you couldn't even heal up to 75%. And that's why it started failing about halfway through. So there you go. Godseeker, Newt, ran the Gauntlet, stage 1 through 25, full auto. It did get a little dicey there at 16. And, you know, we had to drop 2 food there to lower the speed on stage 20. It's kind of close on 22. That's, though, you know, 20 and 22 are magic affinity, so he's negative affinity there. But like I said, you may have to just drop some of the food to drop some of the speed. So let's go back real quick, and we will look at this Godseeker. Well, we'll review all of them. So what Godseeker did we use here? We used my second one. She's 2-star, but no blessing. No blessing has been chosen, so she does not get any of the stats. You'll get it once I choose it, but until then, I'm not getting that extra HP or attack. And you can see even a 1-star is great, 7,500 HP. That's huge. Like Miracle Heal. Oh, no, Miracle Heal's only 4,500. That's still a big chunk. That can, if you can get to 62, 63, and then you get the 1-star blessing, that's great there. Plus a 50% chance to restore destroyed max HP when healing, restores destroyed max HP equal to 10% of the heal. So it's not going to be a whole lot, but every little bit helps. And of course, when you get the 3-star, it's definitely better. And by a 5-star, you're pretty much golden there. Real quick, her masteries: do not take timely intervention. Newt, Selenia, whatever DPS, they're going to die. That's below 25%. She gets 20% turn meter fill. That totally throws out your timing. Everybody's wondering why it's not working. Well, don't take timely intervention. I don't know. Get yourself some HP. Get yourself some extra HP. Simple as that. Simple as that. Spirit Haste. You're going to need it unless you want to go faster gear. But of course, with faster gear means lower stats as far as HP and defense. All right. Enough beating the horse there. Artifacts, Immortal, and Regen. You could make this Defiant and Regen. But to hit level 25 there with any safety, 67,000 HP, I'm going to call that the minimum. And 4,700 defense. That's going to be the minimum. You're going to need Regen and Immortal, or Regen and Defiant, if you have no blessing. No blessing. Okay? Maybe even a 1-star blessing. I'd probably still call that the minimums. If you can get a 3-star blessing, or even better, a 5-star blessing, then great. You can go a little lower there, but you're going to need Regen no matter what. But Immortal or Defiant, it just, you probably have to push that to, I don't know, if you went 5K and 70,000, then just pure Regen without a blessing should work. But, and you see 181 speed, we pick up, oops, I went too far back out, I apologize for that. And then we pick up with the Mastery Spirit Haste up to 24. 181 plus 24 is 205. We also saw, depending on the speeds of your champions there, that 203, or 179 speed plus the 24, 203 is the very bare minimum. But you might as well go up to at least 181. That way you don't have to worry about the speeds of your DPS there, especially ones that land debuffs like HP burners. So that's the Godseeker I use there. And of course, I had to play around with some of this stuff to get her a little extra HP, defense, and whatnot. All right, Newt number 2 doesn't even have boots on. He's not in any special gear. I mean, just kill stroke. I don't remember, 20% crit damage, 5% speed. That's it. Getting a little extra crit damage. All right. And he ran the Gauntlet. And his stats, almost 46k HP, 4,000 defense, nothing out of the woodwork, 254 crit damage. So that's not too crazy. Most people should do that, especially when you're not trying to get it in lethal or savage or whatever. Fully booked. I don't have a blessing on him. That would help a little bit. And then his masteries here, we just went down there. We got Giant Slayer, because I'm not running with lethal or whatever. If I was running with lethal, I'd probably go with Helm Smasher there. And then just a little bit of accuracy, Allure Steel, if I ever switches gear up or whatnot. But that's the Newt number 1, or this is Newt number 2. And again, not super crazy special gear. He's pushing 300 crit damage, and it's still not special gear, but 300% crit damage, and higher definitely higher speed and stuff when I put the correct helmet and boots on. All right, let's go look at Selenia. So Selenia's easy peasy. If you can reach this at level 30, great. You want to ideally hit about 420 accuracy. You don't need any books. And then, you know, as long as you got 181 speed Godseeker, then 179 speed is all you need on her. But we saw at least at 188, and if Godseeker's at 179 or 180 speed, this is not fast enough. But the first newt at 252 apparently is, so somewhere between 188 and 252 is the crossover threshold between her being 179 or 180 speed. I was going to explain the other stuff. Back out, back out, back out, back out. Okay, let's do a quick review of the champions that we use for running the Gauntlet here. So first, this first Godseeker here, regen and immortal, and we just got her up to 67k HP, almost 47k defense, and only 181 speed. I would say the minimum 67k, 4700 defense there. Of course, at the 181 speed or whatever speed you want, as long as it's, I would recommend 181 or above. You can go as low as 179, but you're going to need a faster DPS. I haven't been able to find the range of what speed will work or won't work, especially for ones that are landing debuffs. For Newt, not a big deal because he's not landing debuffs. And she's not got a blessing chosen yet. She has got 2-star blessing available, not one chosen yet. So those are the minimum requirements, I'm going to call it, for a no blessing Godseeker. If you get a 1-star, or even better, a 3-star, and even super better, a 5-star, 6 stars overkill on Godseeker, then you can drop those stats down and maybe switch out of immortal. You're always going to need regen. You could go Defiant or just 2 pieces there. Real quick, her masteries, right, just came down. Elixir Magic. Do not choose Timely Intervention. Whenever an ally drops below 25% HP, dead allies are below 25% HP. That's a 20% turn meter fill. And you wonder why your damn tune ain't working. Because you took a turn meter mastery on something that's got a small speed tune. It's not near as bad as Clan Boss or whatever. So don't take it, okay? Just do me a favor, don't take it. Sorry, so many people have been commenting on that, and I'm like, there's your problem right there. There's your problem. There's your problem. Anyway, okay, and she is fully booked. Anyway, real quick, Newt 2, not even fully maxed out with gear or whatever the hell, still got decent stats, all right? So 179 speed, he's low. And he worked from stage 1 to stage 25. 4k defense, 45, almost 4600 or k HP there, 100% crit rate, and 254 crit damage. That should be a reasonable build, I think, for Newt if you're this far into the game. He is mostly booked. We're not really using his A2, so that doesn't matter if it's fully booked or not. And I have not chosen a blessing for him either. Don't ask me why. I'm using mainly for Fire Knight there. But if I get to a 6-star blessing, I don't know if I want to actually have Phantom Touch or maybe Crushing Rune or something else. His masteries, I just went with the chance to inflict more damage there off of Giant Slayer. I would go Helm Smasher if I had him in Lethal or Savage. Otherwise, this stuff just kind of, gain a little HP. Life Drinker is nice. He's going to be, especially when he's attacking 50% HP or less, to build back up a little bit. But anyway, will still be helpful with different gear as well. So those are his masteries. Selenia, no masteries. You don't need masteries. Technically, you don't need books. You don't need the blessing, but she's rare, so she's easy to book. But you don't need books in her either. All you really need is to get at least the right speed and to preferably 420 accuracy. You don't need any above that because of her skill. It's a small version, I believe, but it's a 25 increase in accuracy. So at 400, that gives you another 100 accuracy. That's 500. You need to get to 525. So at 420, you're definitely hitting 525 accuracy. You should be landing these HP burns because she's attacking 3 times. It doesn't matter. You just got to land it once. And it goes off for 2 turns. When he wakes up, and right before he does his A2 cleanse, it'll go off. That's all you're going to get out of any HP burner, with the exception of Sissia or Ninja. But that's her. Just get the speed, get the accuracy. That's all you need. If you can do that at level 30, more power to you, because you don't need any of these. You see, I have no accessories, so you're going to be able to put the gear on there. Who else do we use? All right, Ninja. He's not fully all built as well. I do have him at 180 speed there, so Selene at 179, 180, as long as Godseeker's at 181, they're going to get their debuffs because the boss will still be asleep beforehand. Either one can run the Gauntlet. It'll get a little hokey there in the middle. You may have to drop off some food or whatnot, or you might have to drop or add a little more gear. I went with 100% crit rate and at least a little bit of crit damage because I also run him in Shogun, and he's up at 562 accuracy. That's all you need. These stats, the lower the better. It's not going to matter in Phantom Shogun either. I don't think it matters anymore. I still went to get the more accuracy there, but you can now go War Master because they add up the turn counter on the boss. Before it was a problem, now it's not. All right, our speed runners, though, as far as farming and speed running. My primary Godseeker here, this is the one, you know what, it's not going to bloody fail. Pretty much the same masteries as the other Godseeker. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're the same. She is fully booked as well. I do have Miracle Heal because she is 5-star, and I was using her before the nerf. She is also in Regen Immortal, but she's got a lot beefier stats. She's pushing 86,000 K HP, 5,000 defense. Again, she is at 181 speed. She is not, other than the big nuke, she's fine at these stats. You don't have to worry about it failing. Maybe, I want to say the 3% and the 3% both missing might mess it up. Very slim chance there. So that's the heavy duty Godseeker, and then my heavy duty Newt right now. He's built for Fire Knight. As you can see, he is in lethal, and we got him up there 48, a little bit higher HP. I think the other Newt was at 45, but he's pushing 53 defense versus 4,000. He's up at 252 speed, 100% crit rate, and 317% crit damage. Blah, 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 blah. And he's sitting there at 419 accuracy, but that's for Fire Knight there. Because you want to land that freeze. He is fully booked, and he, of course, is in Brimstone. And then his masteries, see, I came with Helm Smasher here because I am using lethal gear on him. Went Cycle Magic as well. And you can get around to that A3, especially when you're fighting the Fire Knight. And he's the one that's doing A3 all the time, where the other Newt is actually slightly faster, but he's always doing the A1. He never does the A3 on Fire Knight Hard 10. So there you go. 2 different Newts, 2 different Godseekers. We kind of define the minimums there of what you need. But as long as you can meet those minimums for stage 25, you can run the Gauntlet. Now your HP burners like Ninja and Selena or whatever, you know, you're not going to be able to full auto. You're going to have to manual. Who cares? Manual it, get it done, get to stage 25, then it's full auto, and start farming food and start farming all those oils and those dust. It's as simple as that. And you don't need to change the builds. You saw that. Didn't change the builds on the Newt. Didn't change the builds on the Godseeker or the Selenia once we settled in and started working there. So hopefully that was helpful. And that concludes part 2 of the new Godseeker post-nerf Sand Devil analysis there. Have a nice day. Blah 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 blah. Now let's look at the builds here real quick. So, all right, in the first Newt Godseeker run, we had Godseeker number 1 here, Regen and Immortal. Really quick here. She's beefed up 86,000 K HP, 5,000 defense, and the 181 speed. She is fully booked, and she has 5-star Miracle Heal. And then just real quick, her blessings, we went with Spirit Haste if you're going that slow. And we just took a little more HP, a little bit of defense. You don't need any of that stuff to try and mess up your run. I know the annoying red dots are annoying. Then we're going to go back real quick here. I know I'm jumping all over the place. Where's he at? Newt number 1. He is in lethal and then offset pieces there. And he is stout as well, pushing 48 plus K HP, 5,300 plus defense, 252 speed with 100% crit rate at 317 crit damage. And he does have 419 accuracy for landing his freeze there on the Fire Knight. But he is fully booked, and he is 5-star Brimstone. And then his masteries, we came down here and we grabbed Helm Smasher. He does have Cycle of Magic, so if we can get back around to his A3 and Laura Steel there. So that is the Godseeker and Newt that we saw at the very beginning there, running the Gauntlet or 1 through 25, no problem. Just auto go, auto go, auto go. All right. After several modifications, Godseeker number 2, we rebuilt her. Somewhat similar, but not as well. All right, it's not the fast one. It is number 2 here. So again, same masteries, but you notice I didn't run full set of masteries on this one because this is all we needed. Again, she is fully booked. Got 2-star, but I have not chose a blessing for her. Her stats, Regen and Immortal, and that is important. Because she's only at a little over 67 K HP and not quite 4,700 defense, and then again 181 speed. If you push that to maybe 5,000 and 70,000, you could probably get away with just Regen. You could get away with these stats maybe slightly lower with Defiant, but not too much. They're going to be pretty much the same as the Immortal / Defiant, going with the Regen, same numbers there. These are the minimums, but notice she's got no blessing chosen or whatever. So if you get the Miracle Heal going, you can drop the stats a little bit, probably so. Again, fully booked. Again, same masteries. So that's Godseeker number 2 that we used for the Selenia run and the Newt number 2. So let's just scroll down and we'll show you Selenia here real quick. She's level 50, does not need to be. She's not fully ascended or anything, just gear for the speed. And don't care about the HP or defense, low as possible is better. We got her at 188. As long as your Godseeker is running at 181, you can drop her as low as 179. And you want to shoot for about 420 accuracy, and I'll show you why here. You do not need to book her whatsoever, but she's a rare, so it's pretty easy to book here. But attacks 3 times, increases the accuracy, so at 420, That 25% will push you up to about 525, and that's what you need there to get the accuracy to land the HP burns there. And then she lands the burns, and little by little you knock them down. And she has no masteries. So that is Selenia there. And then we used Newt number 2, which he is modified for this. I have to put him back. He's 2 stars. Well, no, 2, 3. 3 stars. So Newt number 2, his masteries are a little bit different. I went with Giant Slayer because he's not in lethal gear, whatever, and so that's why I went with Giant Slayer instead of the other mastery. Doggone it! Now I gotta sit there and Helm Smasher. Yeah. All right. He is almost fully booked. The A2 is not important, so he's not booked there. As you can see, I have 3 star, but I have not chosen a blessing for him. But you can see here, I am not in any particular kind of set. I do have Killstroke, but that's about it. A little bit of Merciless there. Anyway, his stats, not quite 46k HP, just over 4,000 defense, and only 179 speed. He is crit capped at 254. Most of y'all should be able to achieve that. And a little bit of accuracy again for landing those freeze debuffs on the Fire Knight. Different piece of gear, helm and boots. Makes a world of difference there on his build there for Fire Knight Hard 10 as well. But that's the Newt build. And then just for the hell of it, where's he's right next to it, I'll just show you the Ninja. Ninja hasn't changed in quite some time here. 43, 26, 180 speed, 562 accuracy to land his HP burns. Fully booked with 3-star Brimstone. And then his masteries went down to Eagle Eye. You can now go War Master here since they changed the Shade Counter. But those are the champions and their builds, and as you can see, we went from stage 1 to 25. Granted, it was just with the 2 Newts and the 2 different Godseekers, but it can be done, and we didn't have to change any of the builds. Selenia and or Ninja with Godseeker can do it. You're just going to have to probably manual. Like I said, you can do the first 5 or so stages on auto because they're just the boss is so weak there. But after that, you're probably going to have to manual till about stage 19, and then from 19 on, you should be able to do auto or just a slight chance of auto. Go see my older videos there. I'll show you in those videos that I ran the Gauntlet with Ninja, and I definitely know one of them has run the Gauntlet with Selenia. There might have been one floor in there. I changed something. But anyway, it can be done, so no more excuses there. Hopefully that was helpful. That concludes part 2, proving that we can run from 1 to 25 with Godseeker as long as you can build her properly for the final level. Have a nice day.